And this time, you shall feel the wrath, ambush, and torture.
Close encounters with the faces of death has got me thinking. Life is a bowl of shit and it's stinking. Flush it down the toilet as I wipe niggas off the face of the planet. God damn it.
Hi everybody, this is Crony from East Coast Australia Ark Servers. Today I'm going to do a unedited video on how to capture a Giga and tame a Giga. I've found a level 200 on Ragnarok that I want to show you how to capture and tame. To start off the video though, I want to cover some applications that will help you with taming, and this will sort of be a basic taming video as well. So here I have the web page of Dododex. It is one of the applications. You can get it on Android and also iPhone. It's very simple to use and good for beginners. I use another application called Survive the Ark Companion. It's a bit more detailed. It's got raid calculators, breeding, and some other information on it. To use Dododex, you just type Dododex into Google and get to this page, the home page, and then you'll type your dinosaur in here and you'll go to the dinosaur page. To calculate what you need, you put in the level of the dinosaur at top. If you're on a server that's got different multipliers, you want to go to here and change that. So we've got 2 during the week on ECAS, and animal consumption is still 1. Then you'll click calculate and it'll calculate. Going down, I'm not going to go through all of them, but for kibble, its primary food, we'll need 24. It'll take us 1 hour and 26 minutes. It'll take us 306 biotoxins, 611 narcotics, or 1636 narco berries. The taming effect we'll get at the end is 98.2%. Will give us 98 levels, so it'll be 298, level 298 at the end of it. And this all varies depending on the quality of food you feed it. Below that you have weapons for tranquilizing, going from fists, the weakest, through to shocking tranq darts. You'll see here there's a 100% chance of death if you would try to use a boomerang with melee, but you'd have to hit it 3,852 times. If you can kill a Giga by hitting it with a boomerang, I'd like to see that video. I will go with shocking tranquilizer darts today, and probably a combination of the tranquilizer darts, because by the time I get 293 shocking tranquilizer darts onto it by myself, some of them will probably spoil in that time. Below that, the Giga doesn't have any multipliers for headshots or other areas. You can go and have a look at this list, and that'll show you creatures that do have headshots and multipliers and what they are for certain parts of their body. There's a section here on base stats, and you can do a stat comparison and work out whether the Giga or whatever dinosaur it is has good stats. As you get higher in the breeding chain, you'll want to tranquilize your animals, have a look at their wild stats, and if they don't have high stats in the areas you want, then we just kill them and move on until we get good ones. Below that you have a kibble section. This is the Quetzal kibble, its preferred food for the Giga, Mosa, and Dimodon. It'll show usually the kibble that comes out of the animal. So in this case it's a Giga. The Giga doesn't make kibble. However, you can feed its raw eggs to the oviraptor to tame them, but there is no recipe for kibble. You have the saddle here, which you'll need to ride it. Below that you have tips and strategies from people using the apps and their opinions. Then we have gathering efficiency ratings of what it gathers and how good it is. If you kill one, how much, what it drops, what items. Then the breeding information with a maturation time calculator, so you can work out how long it's going to take and how much longer you have left The Giga is one of the harder ones, being 13 days. If you're on a server with multipliers on your breeding, then that's good. It'll be less. What can pick it up, and nothing can pick up the Giga. What the Giga can damage, and you can see that it can eat or damage up to stone, but not metal and tech. What weapons or traps it's affected by, and what doorways it fits through. So today in the video we'll be using large bear traps to trap it, and also a combination of dinosaur gateways so that it can't get through. Keeping in mind we have to make metal dinosaur gateways because it can eat stone ones. Then below that is just a list of all the other animals in the ark and the credits. So that's a quick brush over of one animal on Dododex. Try it out for yourself. We'll now go on with the taming. So there you have it. She eluded me for a little while, but I've found the level 200 Giga. There she is. I'll now build my trap up the top here. Keeping in mind there's another level 110 Giga over this direction. Go have a look. So that being in mind, there's a bit of a ramp we can lure her up into. If we bring her down through here, it'll buy us some time. As you can see, I have my metal gates, I have my kibble. Don't put it in your dinosaur, in your argent, because it will eat it. Tip for young players. I have my shocking tranquilizer darts and a long neck rifle. I have some health and some food. Now I've taken all my weight out so that I can run fast if needed. So I'm going to start by building my pen. Now I've got 8 metal gates, metal dino gates. You want to have enough gap around, but you don't want to have enough gap that the Giga can get through it. So I think that's a little like close enough. You need to keep an eye out while this is happening. If you run over, you can have a stand in the middle, you can sort of have a look. Okay. We have some spares. So I think if I have a look at this, think one there would be pretty good. I think that's enough for now. It's all trial and error. I'm a bit iffy about that gap there. It's a bit large. So what I can do is I've got 3 extras. So I'll actually lock one over it. There's this gap here, but I'm going to take the risk. Inside my bird, I'm using Giga Solo this time. Those colours are mutations. I've bred a lot of Argents, about 9 generations of Argents. They're mutations in the colour. I thought it'd be easier to use a mutation so I could see them in case of emergency. So I've now got the bear traps. Now bear traps go down. Do not bring your Argent in here. The Argent will set off the bear traps. You want to put the bear traps towards the back so that he's 90% in here. When the traps get him, he'll spend some time trying to eat it. So if you're going to fly through, you need to keep high enough that the bear traps won't get your bird. Okay, here we go. Attempt number 1. You need to get the attention of the Giga. Best way to do that is by landing on the ground near him. Always keep your eyes on him. I'm using an Argent because they're very agile, but they can carry weight compared to a Wyvern. They're not as fast. And don't have as much health. Here we go. So you only want to keep a little bit in front of him. They get trapped fairly easy on rocks, even though they're such a big creature. Oh, he hit me. Got me twice. You can see up in the top corner I've got the gorge symbol. I'm bleeding out. If the Giga hits you, you'll be more interested. So the Giga's now hopefully stuck. Now he is. Trap's got him. Come around behind and lock your gates in place. Now the Giga can bite 4 foundations away from. So there's no multipliers for head or anything like that. So you start getting them in there, and when the words disappear from the side, that is when you fire again. On the long neck it's good because it takes time. To do this solo, it's going to take a little while, so I'm going to shoot him for a bit and then I'll fast frame. That didn't take very long at all. So there you go. You could see in that video that the Giga was starting to get tired, wandering around. So this is the Giga. It's down now. It's sleeping. Now, the biggest thing with Gigas is their tapor rapidly drops, but it takes a long time to build. So if you have a look here, see its tapor is rapidly dropping. So the technique for this is you put all the narcotics in the Giga and you wait for its tapor to rapidly drop. When it gets down to the bottom, you just feed it hundreds of narcotics at a time, and it takes hours for its tapor to come back up. So looking at the taming calculator, this one takes 4 minutes and 23 seconds for the tapor to drop. But when I fill it full of 1,036 narcotics, it'll take 7 hours and 11 minutes to refill. So I'm just punching in its max food now, 4,340, and its current food, which is 4,304 and 2, and I've started my starve timer. So it's going to be starved in 2 hours. That's wrong. So it's going to be starved in 1 hour and 24 minutes. Its tapor is at nearly 50%, and I'm watching that. So if I am quick enough, 70123, I'll put 70,000 in there, and as soon as I see it, I'll double tap it. So now, I use middle mouse button, change this back to E for this, because then you'll be able to just hold E on your narcotics and it'll automatically just feed them one after another. Need to keep in mind, keep looking around. There's other animals around that can kill you and eat you or eat your bird. If this Gigasaurus wakes up, you won't be living to tell the tale when you're this close. I'm going to do 500 at a time. It's 49 seconds. So I'm not even going to risk it. Oh, I'll just wait. Pick your time wisely, and then just feed him a case of mute buttons. So there you can see how easily E will belt feed the narcotics into him, and that'll keep him sleeping. You'll see it slowly goes up. This guy's going to take an hour worth anyway, so I'm not going to risk it. I'm going to feed him 1,000 of them. And he's going to be sleeping like a baby. So off 1,000 he's going to have easily 2.5 hours worth of sleeping. That'll give me time to go back if I need to over to the island to my base and get more narcotics. I've still got 200 here just to play with, but as long as this keeps going up, I'm happy. So I'm not going to bore you with the next hour and a half. I will stop the video here and then start again when it's closer. So welcome back everybody, this is Crony. I've been here for an hour and a half now. My level 200 gig is still here. I've taken down the metal dino gate at the rear because we're about to tame it. So I'll talk you through the process. If you have a look here on its food, I need to drain its food down to 2,420, which is about to cross over now, right now. So this dinosaur is now at a level where I can put the kibble in it and it will eat all the kibble before it fills up. You can see down the bottom here, I haven't put any more narcotics in it. I put the 1,000 narcotics in it and it's slowly been climbing. It's taken an hour and a half to get from down where it was here to this position right here. If I look at my timer now, there's still 394 narcotics to use, so they're stacked up. So that's just over 500 narcotics there. So you'd probably find after another hour the tapor would be at this level here. But without further ado, I will put the kibble in it. I've been watching over here for the level 110 Giga. There's a Titanosaurus just over the top of the hill where my reticle is there. And like always, actually I'll let him starve a bit more. Like always, when you find the thing you want on Ark, you get it unconscious and you start taming it. You turn around and have a look at something, and for those that don't know, this is the scar area on Ragnarok. And if you have a look over here, just after I knocked out the level 200 Giga female, I found this level. Oh, I need to get some height. I actually turned off floating names because it increases frame rates. So, if you have a look, there's a level 280 male Giga, and that is what I'll be doing taming tomorrow night. There's that Titanosaurus just running over. I'd love to kite the Giga over here and see if it can beat the Titanosaurus. Maybe I'll use one of my low level Gigas to see if I can take out a Titanosaurus. So coming back to our 200 female here. It's definitely well under the 2,420 that we wanted. So you just transfer that and you'll start seeing her eat it. She's eating it. At the same time, if you back away, have a look at it, you can see the taming bar going up here. It's going up quite rapidly. In accordance with my calculator, I only needed 24 kibble. I brought 60 just to make sure. You can see the food is climbing, but she'll be tame by time the food gets up. So we'll get a quick selfie to give you an idea of how big these dinosaurs are. don't have a saddle on me at this point in time. I'm going to get her to follow me back to a beacon, and I'm going to upload her and go back to the island. I don't know what I'll call her at the moment, so I'll just leave her as Gigantosaurus. So she's following. What we will do change of behavior to neutral. Should follow. Come on. The red beacon's over there. Red obelisk. There's 110 over there. I don't want to take her near that. So thank you very much. This is Crony from East Coast Australia Ark servers. Thank you once again for watching my video, and stay tuned for the next episode, or hopefully I'll see you if you come into my server.